Air. Fire. Water. Four different elements, so many colors, but we have only one Earth.
Atimonan, Quezon, Amira Almamari. Amira keeps her beauty regimen simple, with only 3 to 4 steps depending on what her skin needs that day. In the morning, she just washes her face, puts on moisturizer and sunscreen, while at night, she washes her face with a cleanser, dabs some toner and serum on her face, then moisturizes. Someone is beautiful to her when their values are centralized on respect and compassion.
Thank you, Elise. With the pandemic undeniably taking a toll on everyone's well-being, the World Health Organization and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends taking extra steps to protect oneself from the virus, such as taking vitamins and maintaining a healthy diet as physical health takes priority. But another aspect worth giving attention to is mental health. A study from the International Journal of Health Planning and Management shows that the implemented social isolation protocols can cause heightened stress, anxiety, and the overall deterioration of one's mental health status due to factors like lack of routine, uncertainty, and separation from loved ones, and indeed nature. Research from UNICEF and the Journal of Epidemiology and Community Health suggests that exposure to nature and greenery can significantly help with stress, depression, and even ADD. The prolonged disconnection from healthy environments, both social and physical, causes changes in behavior, such as difficulty with concentration, changes in eating habits, and excessive crying. In line with this, stricter protocols also decreases the accessibility to mental health care providers and face-to-face therapy. Some ways to offset these negative effects at home include reaching out to friends and engaging in active hobbies. Though social distancing prevents physical gathering, it is important that we stay connected and continue to work towards causes we care about, as we here at Miss Philippines Earth, where delegates share simple daily eco-activities that any individual can do to keep themselves positive, occupied, and active. Reporting live from Atimonan, Quezon, Amira Almamari for Earth Patrol.
Atimonan, Quezon, Amira Almamari. First and foremost, Amira tries to eat as healthy as possible. Less fried food, more home-cooked viands, rich in protein, as well as keeping her meals heavy on fruits and vegetables. Amira witnessed several fights and acts of abuse in her household. She saw what she doesn't want to be when she grows up, and it shaped her personality and to believe that violence is never the answer.
19 from Atimonan, Quezon. I'm an animal lover and I also love challenging myself. In fact, I used to have this thing called thalassophobia, or the fear of deep ocean waters. And some of you might find that ironic because I come from a coastal municipality. But as Mutyan ng Atimonan, I was able to explore different coastal areas, spend time with our fisher folks, and even learn their stories. And that became my motivation in overcoming my fear, and is also the reason why I now advocate for the preservation of our marine biodiversity. Inspired by their stories, I used the clear model for community participation in creating my 5 C's in protecting the seas. First, continuing a legacy, constituting policies, creating opportunities, caring for the environment, and of course, collaboration and empowerment of the people. Finally, exposing myself to these coastal communities made me realize that they are actually the true heroes behind marine life conservation. Because when we engage the community to our cause, then we can definitely make a greater change.
Okay, thank you. I will get Sir Mark to ask your first question.
Hello, Mira. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hi. You have a very interesting presentation. It's very clear to me what you will do should you win Miss Philippines Earth. But I'd like to delve more on a personal level because I read your profile. You mentioned that you grew up initially shy and transformed into a very strong, independent, decisive woman in making life decisions. So I'd like to check, how do you think, since that's your experience, how will you encourage young women like you to be more independent, decisive, and action-oriented towards the preservation of the marine biodiversity of Atimonan?
So I would encourage other young women like me who, grew up shy and want to be leaders or take place in society is by talking to them, sharing experiences. Shared experience is very important. And if they feel like their stories are heard, that they are important and they are valid, then I think they would find that confidence in themselves to be whoever they want to be, whether they want to delve into becoming an environmentalist, a leader, because either way they would make a change in this world, and that's very important.
Right? So probably just a minor follow-up because you mentioned about shared experience. Now that we are on a lockdown still, technically, how do you think, can we do that? How do we share experiences to enrich and probably to share best practices? How do we do that now that we're on a lockdown?
Oh yeah, that might be hard. We can start with our communities if the lockdown protocols are a bit, more maluwag. But we can also have Zoom meetings. That's very in right now. A lot of people have technology, and so I can invite women from even all over the world or all over the country, and we can just talk like sisters, share our stories and experiences, and empower each other.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, so Miss Catherine, you can go ahead.
Hi, Miss Atimonan. You're very happy, and I love how you have a very big smile on your face. What or who is making you smile right now?
Oh, actually, being in Miss Philippines Earth is making me smile. I was waiting for this intelligence round for so long because I feel like this is where I could share who I really am, what I'm really fighting for, and so I'm just really happy to be here to be able to share not only my story but also the story of the fisher folk and their livelihood that I'm fighting for.
Thank you for being their voice. Thank you.
Atimonan, Quezon, Amira Almamari. Amira's cultural attire reflects the amalgam of various culture activities in Atimonan, the Tagultul Fishing Festival. It represents the fishes, the sea, and the nature of fishing habits, the bountiful catch, and the traditional way of living of Atimonanins. Her advocacy is seamlessly woven into her cultural attire and their Tagultul Festival, with colorful corals gracing her whole costume, eye-catching fishes, and their legendary mermaid, the guard of our seas, who she also represents with her clothing and headpiece.